a season in our country's history where development was almost entirely pegged on political patronage. And I was reminded of this when I visited Homa Bay County sometime last week during the Homa Bay International Investment Conference. Having spent a couple of years in the area, say 2 or 3 months, I remember how bad the infrastructure was. The roads were in deplorable condition. If you needed to leave Homa Bay for Kisumu, it will take you about 2.5 hours, and that was never an enjoyable trip to make. The levels of poverty were evident for all to see, and getting access to basic services, even from the government, was almost unheard of. And some of the reasons that were provided for this state of affairs is because the area, and Nyanza region in general, was not in government, and it was not in the right books of the political powers that be at the time. So that for you as a leader, if you needed to get development for your people, then you had to beg and grovel and do all kinds of somersaults for you to get even a meter of tarmac road for your people. And so it's really good that now we can have an investment conference of this magnitude at the county level. And I think the Homa Bay International Investment Conference was really nice. It was adequately themed, unlocking the Bay of endless potential, graced by His Excellency the President, and it brought together an array of investors from varied sectors. You had people in the banking industry, you had people in manufacturing, you had people in fish industry, you had those doing food processing, and all of them just came together to showcase the splendor that is Homa Bay County. And I believe that Homa Bay is positioning itself as the go-to investment hub. And for those interested in investing in the county, you have fish processing plants, you have the geothermal project, you have the energy projects, you have housing, building student hostels, you have food processing, you have leather processing plants. And of course, this has been made possible by the collaboration between the national government and the county government. And this is something that now is expected of us in the Constitution, where the national government and the county government have to work hand in hand to better the lives of Kenyans across board. And so we paid a visit to the office of the president in the county, and some of the projects that we were able to see include water and sanitation, and a lot is going on at the county level. Water is being brought closer to homes, and this lady, for example, talked to us and said that the distance she has to travel, she still has to walk some distance to get water to come to this point, but that has been reduced, and now she has enough time to do other things. We also have the rehabilitation of the Homa Bay Pier, which is going to be a game changer for the region. It's going to serve Uganda and Tanzania and various bays in the region. Commissioned in 2023, this is what it looks like now. And this is what part of the rehabilitation has done, and I think it looks really beautiful. And it was put to use by the government spokesperson last week during his Thursday presser. We then went to the affordable housing project, where we met with the beneficiaries. The direct beneficiaries were the welders and people engaged in construction who are building the houses. They are 60% complete, and we were told that about 55% of it has already been booked. And we got a chance to see the insides, and I think it's great progress, as controversial as it is. Next, we went to Tom Mboya University, and in a bid to increase the ever-increasing number of PhD holders in the region, I think this is really great what Tom Mboya University is doing. It's not just the architecture that we can see. I think it's also the courses that are being offered, the quality of the teaching, the quality of the graduates that it's churning out or likely to churn out eventually. We got to see the insides of it, the lecture halls, the meeting areas, which I think have also been, it's a great job. A great job has been done. And I don't know if this would have been possible 20 or 30 years ago when, quote unquote, we were doing siasa mbaya. We also have tourism. The tourism industry is picking up. I'd say this is the Homa Bay Tourist Hotel. Great landscaping, serene environment, really nice. We also have the stadium that's coming up, the Raila Stadium. And so I say, long live the Constitution, long live devolution, and long live Her Excellency Gladys Wanga for the amazing job that she's doing in Homa Bay County.